Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome to another week of Wild and Wacky Chit Chats with the twins. I'm Krista.
And I'm Kara.
And we have another very interesting conversation this week. For anyone that doesn't know us, we just talk about all sorts of things that are really actually quite practical and relevant to our way of being, to living, and it's all stuff that actually is not really considered normal in this reality. And a lot of the tools that we talk about are from what's called access consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just basically a whole bunch of tools that just allow you to be more conscious and more aware and really just stand back and be present with what's going on around you instead of getting washed away in the hustle and bustle of the unconscious world. So if you want to check more out about that, you just have to look at at accessconsciousness.com. And then after some of the different tools that we use, we say this really crazy thing that goes, and everything that brings up, I now destroy and uncreate it all, right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds, and that is called the clearing statement, and you can look it up at theclearingstatement.com. So just wanted to get that out of the way, but basically it's like a magical wand that takes all of our insane ways of being and points of views and beliefs, and it just, poof, it gets rid of it so that we have so much more space, so many more choices, and so much freedom. So good morning, Crystal. Nice to see you. It is a beautiful day out today. There's no wind, and it's sunny, and it's like a really beautiful fall day. And we're actually...
All your comments are working. That's
no, they
amazing.
have been for about a week.
Mine have too. And I see Mama's on here.
Oh,
hi, Mom.
Good
Everybody
morning.
else.
Top of the morning to y'all. Good morning, Corinne.
Are you Corinne or Corrine?
Yeah,
number one, Corinne. Number two, Corine.
Yeah.
Or number three, something else.
I was wondering that too. So what did we call this week's episode? How can being me contribute to the planet?
Yes.
Like, I have to say that we really aren't taught that being us is a good thing. It's really looked at as being selfish and
Hi from Mom, Finley, and Livy.
Little twinnies. And
number one,
Corinne.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, which one did I say
That's
first?
what we figured.
Awesome.
So
Hi,
welcome
Corinne.
everyone. And yeah, so being us is looked at as a selfish thing. It really is. Taking care of yourself. It's not as much as it used to be. Like, it's really shifting away from that. Like, you know, it's becoming more of a normal thing, and there's scientific research out there that shows the benefits of it, like how, you know, meditating can lower your blood pressure and reduce your risk for cardiovascular disease and all this stuff. So it is not totally abnormal, but we're still like hung up on a lot of old ways of being and a lot of old points of views. And this book again, this wonderful book again, Being You, Changing the World. It's like...
I still actually haven't read that. I'm just like, have it out, and I'm like, whatever the energy of that is, I'll have it.
Yeah. Sleep with it.
I do that with many books, actually.
Which is a great idea, absorbing the information, because we actually have access to a lot more than we are aware of.
Yes, we do.
And I just had a conversation with a beautiful soul, a wonderful person. Kara and I are starting Project Simplicity 3 on Saturday, and we would love for you guys to join us. We'll talk about it a little later. And one of the gals that I was chatting with said that she would like to, but just felt that focusing on herself just isn't, I don't want to like take the words out of her mouth and twist them or anything, but just basically that it would be too selfish when there's so much heartache going on in the world. There's so much going on that I couldn't possibly do something for me right now, because that would be selfish. And man, did that make me sad. And it also made me realize how that is a very normal point of view in this society. Good morning, Marilyn.
Marilyn. Right? It's totally something we've been brought up to believe. Like, yeah.
And so that's why I wanted to just read this little few pages here. And it's actually, this chapter is called, Does the Planet Really Need Saving? And it's by Dr. Dane here. Read this book. Read this book.
Or buy it and absorb its energies.
Or listen to us in our wild and wacky chit-chats. So this is Dr. Dane here. He's one of the co-founders of Access Consciousness, and this is his quirky writing. So he says, I may seem really annoying to you for the next few minutes, okay? See, I'm getting to the point where either we change or it's not worth it. We have this beautiful, amazing, grand, glorious, phenomenal planet upon which we live. What if we actually started to acknowledge that? We either change how we function or the planet won't be able to sustain life. I'd rather not have that happen. That's just my point of view. My point of view doesn't have to be yours, like any point of view. What if you are the difference and change this planet requires? And it's fine if you don't know how to get there or how to choose something different. You're not supposed to have the answers. What I would request of you is to please begin to ask questions like, what else is possible? What else can we create and generate? What other energies might be available that I have never even considered?
That's one of my very favorites.
Me too.
Such an open invitation.
Oh, it just opens doorways and possibilities, and you just get to choose. It's like being a kid in a candy store.
It is.
What else can I choose?
Yes.
So what if being and changing isn't a linear construct? What if you didn't have to go to A to Z and that was the end? And that's really what we think. Like, we're like point A to point B.
You gotta do this, then this, then this, then this, then this, right?
Yeah. What if you went from A to Z and noticed, oh my God, there's like a billion more A's possible. Then if we had a B, that creates a whole other billion A's plus a B combination, which is totally different than 50 A's. And then what if we could add in C's? Oh my goodness, there are a billion C's too. How does it get any better than that? Maybe we are infinite. Maybe there are infinite possibilities. And maybe if we acknowledge that, we could keep playing on this planet. It is a possibility.
That's so light.
It's so light.
The game of life. How can we have fun with it?
Right? One thing you might want to look at is this. In the last 2,000 years, the Earth has gone through less geologic change than at any other time in its history. Why? Because of us. We've had homes and things we didn't want destroyed and beautiful places. So we demanded, hey Earth, could you please not destroy my house? And the Earth answered, sure, no problem. Except what have we been giving the Earth in return for its kindness? Loads and loads of garbage in the form of anger, rage, fury and hate, judgment, trauma and drama, love of separation. We never ask a question and receive its awareness and answer. For example, this is so funny. A good question in Los Angeles all the way through San Francisco might be, Earth, if we put several 100 billion tons of concrete on an earthquake fault line, will that be a problem for you? But we refuse to ask questions of the Earth, and we refuse to listen to this beautiful planet's awareness. One of the biggest reasons is that we validate other people's realities of separation as real and true. In other words, because other people don't believe the Earth has consciousness and awareness, we don't allow ourselves to believe it either. There are 6.5 billion people on this planet. How many of them are choosing happiness? Almost none. How many of you reading this book actually choose happiness? Truth? For most people, hardly ever. I'm going to just...
And how much is happiness actually so offensive to people, right? You know, you think of those moments when you're like, oh, like giddy and excited and happy, and that you can just sense people being like, shut up.
Totally. And then you don't let yourself be happy because you're like, well, I don't have as much drama and trauma going on, and I better like not talk about any of my happiness, and like how can I make myself seem like my world is turned upside down more so that I fit in, you know?
It's craziness.
It's crazy. Are you aware that right now the earth could kill every person it wanted to? How many natural disasters have you seen in the last several years? Is it decreasing or increasing? Killing energy. The earth is willing to have it. How did we get so lucky it doesn't use it on us very often? So please know, the earth doesn't use its killing energy just because it can. If that were the case, probably none of us would be here. The earth does it to facilitate consciousness. Ask and you shall receive. That's why the earth is doing what it's doing all the time. Would you be willing to look at that possibility? That the earth is facilitating consciousness with everything it chooses. So everything you've done have a point of view of disasters, including COVID-19, being a wrongness. Will you give that up now?
Yes, please.
Would you be willing to be aware of it without having to do anything about it?
Lots of sighing there, like some major...
Yeah, and it's just inviting us to look at everything from just a different point of view.
Camera 1, camera 2. Camera 1, camera 2. Always.
Always. So what if our anger, our rage, fury and hate, judgment, and our love of trauma and drama and separation are the greatest toxic wastes on the planet?
Man.
And if it is, it's the toxic waste we could most easily change. It is a choice.
And might I say that one of the easiest ways you could do that, and one great contribution to the earth that I particularly love, is having a nap. Like if you can't, we were talking about that, if you can't shut your brain off and you're just mad about something, you're just spewing toxic energy into the universe, like shut it down. Like It's like turn the computer hard drive down and reboot, right?
Right? Instead of being like, well, I can't have a nap because then I'll be lazy and I won't be doing all this stuff. And so instead I'm just going to spew my toxic waste on the planet and everything else around me.
I judge myself often, but never about napping.
Yeah. So what else is it? You know, what else are we judging ourselves about that, you know, like, what else are we calling selfish when that selfishness is actually such a contribution to the whole entire planet?
Right.
And anything that brings up, will you please destroy and
Yes,
create it all?
please.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyond.
And what if it is really just that simple, and it's the really simple, subtle things that make such a huge shift on the planet?
Yeah. And for those of you who think it's a bunch of hocus pocus, this little section in particular might just help you shift that camera lens. So there have been numerous studies done proving that when you direct anger and judgment at a plant, you kill it. This information should not be surprising to anyone. It disrupts the plant's necessary energy field to a degree that it ceases to be able to maintain life. Well, what does it do to the earth to have 6.5 billion of us choosing to use anger, rage, judgment, wrongness, and separation as our primary mode of functioning in our lives and with each other? If we want to change the world, we need to stop our reliance on such harsh, outdated modes of beingness. Unless we start having some different questions, we don't have a chance to fundamentally change the way we function in this reality and the way we function on this planet with each other. So what's the antidote to anger, rage, fury, hate, judgment, separation, and trauma and drama? consciousness, question, choice, and possibility, and the willingness to change and eliminate the separation that you believe defines you. All it does is limit you and the possibilities you have of being you and changing the world.
Ugh.
So everything you've done to enforce that lie, that anger, hate, judgment, separation, trauma, and drama are what you'd truly like to choose, and everything you've done to buy that you have no other choice. Will you please destroy and uncreate all that times a gazillion? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all names, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So, my friends, we just thought we would do like a little energetic exercise with you guys to really, like, if you don't know where to begin and you don't know, well, how do I be me and how do I choose and how do I contribute to the earth, you just have to ask.
And that is something just really for like the last week that I have been doing since you said that. It's like when you wake up in the morning, it's like, what is it? Earth, how can I contribute to you today? Basically.
Or, yeah, and Earth, what do you Earth, what do you require of me today?
That I can provide you with.
And
right?
just go with whatever your awareness is showing you. And if you can't
it's not going into your head and being like, what does that mean? And what should I do?
Yeah.
It's like, it'll come to you.
And you know what? Almost every time I've asked Earth, what do you require of me today? It's be you, shut your mind off,
take care of you,
and listen. Right? This morning I got listen. Like, listen. Just shut up, brain. Take your brain and throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
And just listen with all other parts of your being. So right now, if you could just drop your barriers. So all of your limited points of views, all of those things that are keeping you stuck in your current reality, that are preventing you from seeing what else is possible out there, just slam them down to the ground.
And one way that I like to really lower my barriers or get out of your head is to like really tune into your body, like really going into your body.
So closing your eyes and go into your body. Whatever that looks like, you can't get it right and you can't get it wrong. And really connect with the earth. So wherever you are, just connect through your feet, through your bum, through whatever part of your body is touching the earth. And imagine a golden energy coming up through the earth, up through your feet, through your calves, through your thighs, through your pelvis, through your trunk of your body, down your arms, up through your neck and through your head. Connecting with Mother Earth.
It seems like there's like this super highway of information going through our bodies. New possibilities.
Cool. And just sit with it and ask Earth, what do you require of me today? And then listen. If you're trying to figure it out in your head, gently remind your brain it doesn't have the answers you're looking for. Because there is no answer. And push down your barriers and expand out into the room that you're in every direction. Out into the country, to the earth, including down through our beautiful planet, and out into the universe with this constant connection to the earth. And imagine that golden energy flowing up through the earth and filling your whole body. What do you require of me today, Earth? And if you really are having troubles and you're like, I'm not getting anything, Earth, will you show me? Show me what you require of me. And then just be really aware with the day and what presents itself to you and ask, is this this it? Is this what I've been asking for? Is this what the earth requires of me? And whatever may come to you, make it bigger. Make it
Even
bigger.
if it sounds insane, the things that come your way, or where you want it, where you would normally resist to something like that. It's like,
so if I was being me today, what would that look like and what would that be like? And then pull energy from all over the universe into that. Show me, universe. Show me. And just ask the energy to pull and it will start pulling. It'll pull all the people, all the places, all the things and the events and the experiences that are going to show up in your life because you're asking for it. And pull that in, and pull that in, and pull that in. And keep pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling from every direction, down through your head, up through your feet, through your sides, from your front, from your back, and not ending in your body, but going through you in every direction. Just imagine this energy pulling through you in every direction. And then reverse that flow and let little trickles go out all over the universe to all these people, places, things, and events and experiences that are waiting to contribute to you, that don't even know you exist yet. And just be like, here I am. Come and find me. Because I'm willing to receive. I'm willing to be the contribution that I truly could be.
it's like the trumpets going off, eh?
Totally. And it's that simple. And you just ask. It's like always just so much simpler. You just have to ask. And then pulling that energy is just one step amplifying it. It's like that conscious request to pull that in and show me. Just show me. Show me, universe.
And then get the hell out of your own way and let it present itself how it wants to, right?
Exactly. Without you trying to figure out what that is.
I don't know if you guys have seen Braveheart, but when they're about to go to battle, and I don't know if it's Mel Gibson or who it is, they're all kind of lined up waiting, and he's like, hold. I feel like that's what the universe is telling me. It's like, don't jump the gun. Like, wait for it to come to you. And it's
easier.
It's simpler than going into your head and trying to figure out the steps. We don't know.
And then judging yourself because you didn't get it
Oh,
right.
it didn't show up how I was planning for it to. Simpler.
What was your experience?
Okay, so we're starting our energy polls on Saturday, so I've been really playing with being the energy poll. And so what it is visualizing this ball of energy in front of you and putting all the things that you want into your life and visualizing it as real and true, like it's happening now. And then what we just did, pulling it in. So when I get ready in the morning, I like to watch Ashley's my CCH certified crystal healer stuff, just little lessons and learning and listening to inspiring people and whatever. So when I was getting ready this morning, I really wanted to watch her shadow work class that we just taken a couple weeks ago, but the file that she sent me, I can't open it. I can open it on my computer, but not on my laptop and not on my phone. And so I got out of the shower. I'm like, well, you say that like it's a fact, right? So I'm like, okay, let's play with this. So I was blow drying my hair actually, and I pushed play on the video, and it's just spinning and spinning and spinning like it's always done, never showing the video. So I'm visualize this energy ball in front of me, and I put in it me watching it, visualizing me watching it from my computer, and I'm just went through all the details, and I went through the whole feeling when it actually turns on, and I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. Like, I put all that in there and I really pulled and pulled and pulled. So I finished blow drying my hair and I shit you not. About 1 minute later, I was like on my phone and then all of a sudden I hear it turn on and I just scream. I'm like, you cannot make that up. Like,
so
you cannot
cool.
make it up. I've never been able to play it. In 2 weeks, I've been trying.
Because you believed it wouldn't work.
Right.
We're so freaking powerful, you guys.
We are so powerful. And also, I wanted to say that when I was pulling the energy through, it was like through the whole universe. It's not like, it's like, who can help make this real for me? Like, maybe it's the planet Mars, you know, maybe it's aliens that want to help me, you know, like, we don't know. Maybe it's the sun, maybe it's the moon, maybe it's the energy of the cosmos. And so that's like really engaging with everything in existence, seeing it happening as real and true, and then pulling it, you pull it in and feel it in your body, and that's your body working with the universe to get you what you want. Like, it's so funny. Mandy says I love it.
Instead of like being like, nope, the only way this can happen is if this person or this group or this thing helps me. And then it's like, okay, the universe has no point of view. So it's like, okay,
yeah,
this could have been easier if you would have just let me show it to you this way.
Right?
You know? Oh, that's, yeah, so incredible.
Yeah. What else is possible?
Yeah,
like,
and
really.
so don't underestimate how powerful it is and how necessary and vital it is for this planet for you to be happy and for you to be you, and that it's not being selfish. In fact, it is the exact opposite. Like, it's such a contribution. Like, you know, like if you're having a bad day at work and somebody comes in and they're just being their quirky self, how much does that change your day? Like, if you just see someone that's just like so light and so doesn't have a care in the world and is totally being them, wearing maybe possibly the most interesting outfit and is loving their body.
I love that.
How much of a gift is that,
Right.
you know? Like, and it's all those little things.
I remember that my whole life, really noticing those people who are like so out there and like so going against the norm, but like being 100% comfortable in their own skin. And it's, I've always recognized that. It's
Me
like,
too.
what is that?
And it's offensive to a lot of people because it's like, you're not fitting in. Like, you're being wrong, you know? But it's, and that is a practice in vulnerability.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you do step out of the norm and you choose for you and you choose happiness and lightness in your world.
An instant reaction is to want to go into a judgment of you.
Yeah, and other people
And
possibly
other people.
judging you, but I mean, people are going to judge you.
Do it anyways.
So.
Do it anyways.
So, geez, we would sure love for you guys to join us. We start Saturday. It's a 30-day journey, adventure. Like, we meet every day in a Facebook Live for like 20 minutes or so. And I loved you put this in the email because I know a lot of people are worried about committing to a 30-day thing and like, what if I can't be there every day? And, you know, like, then I've failed or whatever.
What if I don't do it 30 days? Like, you know, what if it takes me longer than 30 days, right?
And the answer is there's no right or wrong.
It could take you a year.
And you can watch the replays. Like, and I know Karen and I have both been in several things like this, and there's still stuff that I signed up for 2 years ago that I still go back on and have my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no right or wrong. It's all about, like, learning how to be you and learning how to ask for what it is that you want and then amplifying that and pulling that into your world. And it's not a selfish thing. It is such a contribution to the whole entire planet. So we will put the link to the details below here, and you can go ahead and click on that. And if you want to join us, we do start Saturday. We would absolutely love to have you join us. And
yeah,
how does it get any
how
better
does
than
it get
that?
better? Like, it's actually always amazing to see where you are when you start one of these 30 days to where you are like it's life like that's one example of me like pulling in the energy of a video turning on like what else is truly possible. And when we come together in a group setting like this, it's like we're all together and it's like this energetic like huge ball of support, right? And when someone is able to let their barriers down, that gives the rest of us permission to put our barriers down. So it's
exactly.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good.
And it's like actually such a relief to be around someone who has their barriers down. Like when you're around someone that isn't like in this like prison of a world, like it's such a relief and it's so comforting.
It gives you permission to be the same, right?
So who would you like to be?
Come with us.
Come with us. Click this button. Anyways, we really would love to have you, and we really are grateful for having you guys here with us today and meeting us week to week on our shows.
And also, we did just start our free 30-day challenge, which is in our private Facebook group, La Resistance, and it's all about exactly this, keeping your barriers down and being vulnerable with you. And if you want to join, we can put a link there, too.
Yeah, totally.
Come and play.
Have an awesome day, and we will see you somewhere out here soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.